Okay, gang, this is the booth for Wisconsin hand weavers, and they're here in front of one of our buildings at the park.
The Baird Law Office.
Yeah, the Baird Law Office. What can you tell us about Mr. Baird?
Nothing, but I can tell you about Wisconsin hand weavers.
Excellent. Tell us about Wisconsin hand weavers.
So we are a statewide weaving guild. We have anywhere between 150 to 200 members each year, and we offer programs for weave all sorts of different types of weaving. And today we're here at the Heritage Hill event, representing and some educational materials. We have a couple different looms here and samples and.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in on a few of your examples. Some very nice looking overshot pieces. And a little teeny tapestry loom that's being warped up.
And then this one was woven on this loom too. It's a little wedge weave sample.
Mm-hmm. And they've got a hand operated table loom here so you can see. Is this one for anyone to weave on?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like I've got in our building with anyone can weave on it.
Sophia's ready to get a new project on there, so we gotta everybody's gotta weave on that one, get that one out.
Hopefully that works. Excellent.
And we have another loom up on the porch.
Okay, gang, so now I'm at the little display area for the Embroiderers Guild of America Green Bay Area chapter. And they have got some very interesting little pieces of embroidery. Let me get over to this side. And I will show you a few of Isn't that an amazing piece?
Beautiful. Those colors. Is that your own design? Is that a special project?
It's a special project that we're working on.
Which one is that?
This is Karen Mates. This is for Ambrosia Honey.
Okay.
What you got there?
This is a piece designed by one of our members. It's called Ambrosia Honey. She's teaching it to our group this summer, and there's about 10 or 12 of us in our group that are taking this class, and we are free to do it whichever way we decide. So I changed up the colors, and someplace in here is going to be a dragonfly.
Wow.
So I'm enjoying and working on this piece. I'm finding it very calming and soothing. It's my therapy.
I understand that. Mine is weaving, so.
Yep. We all have our things that get us to a better place, to our happy place.
And our blacksmith over there, his therapy is pounding on things.
Well,
Whatever works.
better things than people.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice.
Twist it. Well, I couldn't get a good twist, and I don't think it would take a cork off. But this one here, I flattened it down and then twisted it. And my wife was very critical. She said, well, yeah, but look at here, you got different size twists. And I said, that's because of the heat. I'm losing heat.
Sure.
So you can twist it, you got to put it back in, you got to come back out. You get a little different grip on it, so to speak. And then the doggone thing doesn't want to twist just quite right. But
Yeah.
I'm going to make it longer. This is the first one I did. It really turned out nice, I thought. And then this one here. But so anyway, I got a little longer piece of metal. And then today, I'm going to paint it up. But this is, that's not right. Toilet paper hanger holder. And I got a towel bar holder that's basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Neat.
just going to paint them today. And then they're ready to go up to the gift shop. So,
Fantastic.
yeah. I don't know that he hasn't really given me too many ideas as to what he wants up in the
Oh,
gift
I know.
shop.
That's,
And so I'm just kind of winging it. I'm making one thing here and one thing there. And
well, a few years ago, when my son was here, he made a bunch of bottle openers.
okay.
Bottle openers.
Yeah, bottle openers. You know what I said?
No, you said holder.
Oh,
Oh. Well, anyway, I knew what he meant. I knew what he
I was
meant.
going, huh?
The sad thing is I knew what he meant. So, yeah. And I was going to make some of those, and now I don't know if I haven't been in the gift shop. I should come in one day and look up there and see what's up
I went
there.
up there last week just to see what their inventory was of the bookmarks that I make.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll come back when you got a fire going.
Okay.
Take one more little video in here.
All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna get those paper, that holder and that made or painted today. I did make a different type of a towel bar holder. Turned out pretty nice. Let's see. One like that. Turned out pretty nice.
Yeah.
So there's a hole here, and then I drilled a hole in here, one of the spots in here to anchor it so it doesn't tip on you. So this was going
A little
to
spider. Yeah.
yeah, this was the corkscrew that so I'm not far off.
You're in the neighborhood. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
Looks really good.
these are the hangers I make, the toilet paper hanger and that. So I guess I took the other one out. So I did make some curtain holders, but I didn't really care for the way they turned
Okay,
out.
I can just do this part of the room. So, this is a spinning guild, is it not?
Yes, we're from Arachne Spinning Guild from Sturgeon Bay area. They invited us down here to share our fibers. I'm
Fantastic.
spinning wool. I can't tell you what breed it is. I usually do a dyeing demo.
Yeah. I bought some wool to try to learn to spin last year at
Sheep and wool?
Sheep and Wool, and I have forgotten what kind it is. And I haven't gotten very good at it yet.
And I'm trying to...
But
I think this wool is actually from Scotland. I got two fleeces when I was in Scotland, a white fleece and a black one, and I think this is my white one from Scotland. So it's a Scottish sheep, whatever the breed is.
are you knitting with homespun?
No, actually, I'm just knitting with acrylic.
Okay.
I've been knitting for quite a few years, but it's been a while, off and on. So I thought I'll start with this yarn first, and then when I'm back to speed, I'll do some homespun.
Okay. And another
Pretty.
spinner.
I am spinning with alpaca, and instead of using roving, I'm just spinning from a cloud, which is perfectly fine. It just means that all the fibers aren't necessarily aligned, so I have to be a little more careful while drafting to keep the consistency of my yarn. But it's soothing, right?
Yeah.
We have some other examples of different fibers over on the table.
I will go take a look in a second.
Okay. You can do it, Christine.
This is my frog wheel.
Named so because of the beautiful noise it makes.
A little bit of noise. And I'm spinning alpaca with a little bit of wool mixed with it.
she's spinning and roving.
Yeah.
So it's been carded and thin toned into thinner strips. So it's all aligned. And that is an example of felting, but Rosie isn't here to go with that on it, sadly.
Oh well,
Pretty sure she's hunting down your wife and Grace.
could be. Well, we're down there in Tonk Cottage.
On that table there, we have an example of an Angora rabbit pelts.
Raw wool, Romney wool, alpaca, llama, and merino.
And we have some raw wool. There we have a couple of pelts, two different Jacobs sheep, so you can feel the difference in texture because it's not consistent through the grain. And then the end is Icelandic.
Icelandic wool. Jacob, I'm thinking that must be the sheep's name.
Yes. Well, no, Jacob is the breed.
Is it a breed?
It's
Okay.
the breed.
Shows you how little I know about sheep.
I mean, I make up names sometimes. Who knows?
That striped sweater in the back corner is the one that Ariana spun the wool for and then knit into a sweater.
Yeah. So that's the example of the wool there that was not used. There are a couple of felting examples, a couple of weaving examples, and then some knit and some crochet.
Fantastic stuff.
All things people can do with the wonders of fiber.
Yes. Well, thank you very much for showing this stuff.
So I'm preparing the wool to be spun now. This is combing rather than carding. A lot of people are used to seeing the flat boards with the little hooked teeth on it. This aligns the fibers more. It gives it more of a chance for the grasses and sands to fall out. Once I've passed it between the combs 2 or 3 times, then I'll tuck it between my knees, the original thigh master, and I'll slowly draw off a roving. And then these fibers, I would pull this all off so I would have a long piece, but then these fibers are all ready to spin. And I'll just layer that on to what I've been spinning and keep going. So you see my end here where I stopped, and I'm putting the next layer on and just keep going. If you looked at wool through a microscope, it would look kind of scaly, and all those little scales really want to hook together. So it's very easy for them to catch together and end up making a long string out of a lot of little short fibers.
That's fantastic. Thank you for showing us that.
Certainly. Thank you for coming today.
And here we are in Tonk Cottage in the, I think of it as like an annex because there's the door to get into the real cottage. This is, depending on which documentation I read, the oldest house in Wisconsin. Some people say it was built in the late 1700s. Other words, I've seen folks say built in 1803 as a fur trading cabin. And here you can see part of the original outside wall. Built in the French piece-on-piece style of log cabin, not the standard American style of log cabin. But the rest of the room is modern. And my Judy is spinning, and Grace is over here weaving. And this is our Textile Arts Center at Heritage Hill with examples of a few quilts, a sheepskin, some knitting, or maybe that's crochet, I'm not sure, another quilt, and then some of both Grace and my weaving pieces hanging on that lower rack. So Grace is on a Sievers loom. In some of my older videos, I've got a loom very like that, except the one that Grace is at here is actually a Sievers loom made by Sievers, The one that I've got at home is a Seavers loom pattern, that I bought the woodworking pattern from Seavers and made my own loom. So mine's a little heavier than this one, but it's very much the same. Then of course, here's my Ashford. I'm currently in the process of warping it. Unfortunately, I dropped the cross as I was setting it up, and I have one set of cords of thread that is just very tangled, and I'm having to work that out. And then finally, we've got this little table loom. This was my first 4-shaft loom. Again, I bought the woodworking pattern and made that out in the garage probably about 20 years ago. But we've got this one set up so that anybody who wanders in can have a chance to weave on it. I've had kids anywhere from 5 years old up to adults in their 80s that have come in and tried weaving on here. So that's a little bit about the Textile Arts Center here at Heritage Hill.